All right, we're live. Good morning. Welcome back to the collective. I'm thinking today's gonna be a really good and energetic day. We've already got right off of open a nice big down move. Um, could have started the live stream a little bit sooner. Again, we've got mic troubles so frequently, and I don't know. It's a software issue, and I don't know why it happens. It like puts a voice filter over it, so it was making it really deep. It was like, and I don't want to do live stream with that kind of effect. Really quickly, want to break down what we were looking for and kind of explain the titling of the video too, which was how to trade all-time highs with ICT concepts. But first, we will dive into our analysis where we'll give a kind of two-parted analysis where I'll give a bit of the analysis and then Graydon next to me will give a bit more of the analysis. So I'll kind of go over the broad move, right? So yesterday kind of had that wick lower in London session, low S&T with YM, accumulation, manipulation, distribution is how I looked at it. New York session past 10 a.m., expanded, offering no retracements, leaving this large 4-hour gap. Took all-time highs, and then in the overnight session, we kind of just grinded higher. Still, again, not having much retracements. London session, kind of relative equal lows here. 4 a.m., the 4-hour low, which is the 6 a.m. open, rallied, put this high in, which then I framed the range here from the current Asia session low trading. And what I'm looking at is about 20% retracement is the hourly imbalance here. That's pretty prominent there. On the 4-hour, I wouldn't say anything is really prominent here. We're at all-time highs. The only real 4-hour imbalance that I consider is this discount one, but I don't want to see that traded to today if we maintain a bullish market state. What you want to do at all-time highs is kind of expect the expansion because there's nothing to the left to target, right? So what the most you can do is go off of internal structure and internal structure only. So if we have this 15-minute fair value gap and hourly gap, if we're holding those, we're trading down on open and holding them, then you can expect a run to the internal high, right? But if the reversal structure is good and there is good internal targets to then go higher, you can target down into them. But still, I would consider the success rate of shorting all-time highs probably lower. So what we're looking for, or at least what I'm looking for, is to trade to this 15-minute, potentially, if it decided to get a really deep move, take out London's low, then go higher. But I want to just use the premium end of this current range. So that's the analysis. So I was wanting open to dump lower into the imbalance. So now that it's reached that, that's the first kind of confluence, if you will. But again, working to this 4-hour candle open would be a little bit more bearish, but there is like I said, there's these kind of smooth lows here. That'll all kind of just come together. I do want to see it hold here though. Okay, I'll send the mic to you.
Yeah, pretty much got it. I'm watching this hourly gap because if we fail to like expand higher out of it, and we get a closure below, we could probably see a retracement to like London's low.
Buddy, look at yes. Look at yes. Like running.
Yeah, yes, got a really good reaction.
It has a 50-minute gap it traded there into and then reacted. So what we're seeing is kind of a discorrelation between ES and NQ right now. Obviously, the government's still shut down. So I honestly don't know what to expect in terms of price action. How is that going to affect the market? We rallied all-time highs yesterday with that news. So I would assume that news didn't really have an effect on it. I would expect cryptos to be going up good, and they are. But I honestly, adverse effects is what I would expect. So not rallying. It's like hearing the government shut down. I would anticipate a little bit of fear and stuff, but I don't know how that's going to play in our intraday bias. Not that big of an effect, I don't think. Got down to the 15-minute imbalance. That was one of the first things I marked out on my chart. So you see this massive 5-minute candle close. Obviously, for me, there's nothing to be traded there. 61 points of just straight down movement off of open. Just like yesterday, every time that happens, I say, I don't trade the first 15 minutes. I don't like trading the first 15 minutes. It's not often I have a setup the first 15 minutes because you need structure for a setup.
We are going to have a 4-hour gap if we just continue to kind of stay within this area until 10 a.m.
ES is getting a bit more kind of centered movement. YM going straight out. Did not take that. It took the 4-hour low though. It took the current 4-hour low.
Yeah, it took out that kind of those lows of the consolidation.
Yeah, so kind of NQ's just lagging. I would say behind that. NQ's weak. It's weaker, but it's not weaker relative to YM. It's weaker because it's not pumping right now, but it's where it trended to. It's stronger there, but so I mean, we got down to equilibrium. That'd be something I'd look at. Yeah, the 4-hour low, taking that. Really hard to frame shorts, but like I said, long end's low, potential target here. I just wouldn't hop into shorts until we're closing below here on the 15-minute and having some structure here. Then I would look for the 4-hour low and long end low. I want to be longing, preferably, but with the big down move, it's sometimes a little bit harder to get structure for longs right away. So. I changed the what's it? I changed the title to "How to Trade All-Time Highs with ICT Concepts."
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably a good example of how to trade it. I do think we'll be going lower though. It's
Yeah, and like if we do get the move lower, I would expect us to probably trade down to that lower 4-hour that we formed yesterday.
okay. So we're at equilibrium right there. We took the 6 a.m. low.
The lowest I'd want to see us go for the bullish scenario for today, at least like a continuation higher, would be that low from 530. If we sweep that, that would be the lowest for the potential long scenario. Just because the SMT with the low a day that we had with YM before YM got the expansion higher, I'd want that to stay intact. But that down move is pretty aggressive. That down move is really aggressive, so I don't really expect a continuation higher at the moment.
And the structure wasn't good enough to be shorting. Well, at least that's my opinion. Some people they can frame shorts here, but I'm looking at the equilibrium of the Asia session low to the current high, so that the current daily range actually. We're back at the equilibrium of it, so seeing if we run and take out London's lows or if we somehow aggressively reverse here, but we have just inversed the entire 4-hour candle, right? So that would technically be bearish any other day. I'd look at that as a bearish market. But all-time highs, a little bit different. It's starting to really look like October outside. It's looking real cold. So London lows, still working towards London lows. There hasn't even been a retracement of sort. You know, just kind of working through that 15-minute. We were very quick to get through it, which makes it a point that it wouldn't hold. So got 20 minutes left in this 4-hour candle. Looks like it's definitely going to take London's low by that time. We have had over 100-point dump just off of open.
Well, and at 10 a.m. we might get that 4-hour bearish order block as well.
Thing is, like, I don't really want to be bearish at all-time highs. Like I'm saying, there's definitely the more. I mean, at that point, if we got that 4-hour change instead, I'd look for the current low of the day in that 4-hour gap. But
So there's London's low.
It did seem more likely to dump off of open, but not 120 point 15-minute candle. Now that could be just all-time highs paired with the government shutdown, introducing a little bit more aggressive down volatility, downward movement. I wouldn't really want to see a reversal off of London session. I'd want a retracement now. A reversal would be, it would look really weird. I don't think I've ever seen anything happen like that. Now the objective for me becomes that 4 hour for value at below Asia session low. Those momentum traders are getting their piece here. That's what I would say. Still doesn't beat like the April volatility we had. April 300.1 minute candle.
Yeah.
Like, what was that, the like the 13th or something? So kind of just hesitating on though. Definitely at a point where I need to wait for a lot of things to tell me what I'm doing for trading. Wait for 10 a.m. to close here. Actually, no, wait for this 50-minute candle to close. And then my assumption would be we see a retracement just about to here, kind of back to that equilibrium, and then sell off, continuing to this 4 hour gap. To me, that makes sense. There's a new 15-minute candle. No wick on it yet. I would prefer if there was a wick. We get any retracement, like this 5-minute gap. Even that kind of seems like a stretch, but yeah. I'll grab a coffee while it goes to the 5-minute gap. I don't know if I expected to
Like go lower side?
No, I'll go higher.
See, those 4 hour kind of closes. If we reject off of this 4 hour gap, reject off this 4 hour gap and get a strong reaction.
Just kept nothing.
A little bit, yeah. We got a small retracement.
Oh, we almost got to that 5 minute. Wow. 3 minute gap. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's the only retracement we'll get.
Yep.
Wicked.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna get that 4 hour inversion as well.
Oh, the small one. YM still going up?
Yeah.
So YM is the manipulation in this case. YM is manipulating. So we go lower on YM.
I mean, the only thing I'm seeing is like because YM is weaker, higher time frame, and it hasn't taken out all time highs yet. The highs that NQ took out yesterday, it might be trying to catch up to those highs. So that's why I had like the potential for continuation. But I think on NQ, it'd make sense to see the 4 hour gap from yesterday.
Well, now it would, yeah.
For getting the
on open, I thought it would be pretty far away, but you kind of blasted it up right away. Yeah, there's nothing for me to trade in this scenario. I don't know. It's pretty hard to trade these days. When they go right down, is what I mean. Generally, all-time highs doesn't have this deep of retracement, so it's honestly like a blessing too, because now you get a discount for your longs. But I'm trying to. That's one thing I want to figure out. Go to the higher time frame. How likely is it that this all-time high run is the manipulation? You thought about that one? You think about that one? And we finally get our minor retracement here. I know pretty much most people haven't taken a trade yet, unless they're, of course, just on a different level of trading and are thinking that it's going to reverse from the high with about zero context. Or they just hopped in the shorts as it's going down.
I mean, if you hopped in a short, just expecting the hourly gap, and then just holding through it for the case that it gets ran. But even the opening candle traded right to the hourly gap, so
yeah. Well, like
I don't see anything up there.
You'd have to do it pre-market, but like right before we opened that market open, I pretty much marked out that internal high and then anchored my my box to it, my GAN box, Fibonacci, whatever, my discount and premium measure, and I was like, that's the high for a little bit. So I guess I could have shorted maybe. Mm-hmm. 6 minutes until 10 a.m. Looking at YM pushing new all-time highs. Not all-time highs, pushing new highs. ES kind of looks the exact same as NQ here. It actually is quite a bit closer to its highs though. Like NQ's 133 points. ES is 14. Yeah, it's just holding a tighter range then. Who's taking this long? Scalp the retracement long? That'd be pretty wicked. Imagine taking it and then holding it too. You scalp the retracement long. If there wasn't that SMT there, that invalidates it for me. And then you hold it to the highs if it keeps running through that 15 or that 5 minute.
Yeah.
It's invalid though. There's SMT here with the ES. Unless it invalidates the SMT, then different story. Like, is this a day where you get the 10 a.m. reversal? Trading back into the previous all-time high level.
I mean, I think it depends on this 4-hour candle closes. Like if we close through the 4-hour gap with the 4-hour change in state, I would probably expect just a retracement then continuation lower. But like I mean, a little late now, but if this SMT at the low a day was gonna hold and we were gonna get like a, I don't know, strong bullish 50-minute candle, could frame something. But
You don't think we get a bullish 50-minute candle in the next 4 minutes? I don't. Actually, it's not that hard if you think about it. It is pretty impossible. But
yeah, so if we inverse this 4-hour gap, I'd like to see 10 a.m. open higher, trade into the 4-hour change in state, which is also the 15-minute fair value gap.
And then sell off to the 4-hour fair value gap.
Yeah.
And potentially through it. How about we sell off to my my fill price yesterday, where I wanted to be in the longs? That feels like a full come around.
3 minutes. 3 minutes till 10 a.m.
Wasn't bullish.
Might not even get the 4-hour change in state.
I'm gonna close that. I was on ChatGPT doing some shit. Wow. It's funny. I was like, I wonder if in the next 4 minutes we will get this. It's like it seems impossible. I should just say that every time I want something to happen. There's the close.
Yep.
New 4-hour candle. That is 10 a.m.
So we did get the 4-hour change in state.
Yes. Very large wick, though, on both ends of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hourly. Nice close as well. Bearish seeming close. We have a 15-minute imbalance. Now, what I would want to see. Let's start small. Let's get the trade into the 15-minute. Let's see if we can trade into the 15-minute. Right? Any manipulation higher off of the 10 a.m. open. Now, it's supposed to be easy. If we go down, take the internal low, take Asia's low. I wouldn't even want to see the reversal at that point. Yeah, pretty much the only thing I want is for it to go higher, get the retracement, get internal structure, and then a fractal model, and then see the shorts to the 4-hour imbalance, because that becomes where I want to run it to. Obviously, all-time highs, I'm keeping the possibility for the very bullish bias open. But, if I'm looking at like quality of trades, now trading through that 15-minute imbalance, if I had a really bullish bias at this point, then I would say, yeah, we get through it. But I do like the look of that 4-hour imbalance, just kind of a few points lower, 100 points lower. Also looking at like ES is following. I think YM would flip. I think YM flips here and goes lower. It took the previous day high. It's kind of.
I would like to see YM flip lower.
Yeah.
YM's 4-hour close looks super bullish, but I would like to see us flip lower.
I think NQ trades to that 5-minute gap.
So we did trade to the 4-hour change in state.
Yeah. How likely do you think it is that we like have a expansion higher?
I think it would depend on YM trading into that 5-minute gap, or sorry, the 15-minute gap and that 5-minute swing low, which is it's a low that NQ kind of already wasn't really a prominent low in NQ. But I'd watch there if YM ends up trading into there and that 4-hour change in state, and then gets a really strong reaction out of it, then I'd be cautious.
I want to see that 15-minute gap.
Yeah, we didn't trade to it. Fell short by like a quarter of a point probably. Yeah. I'm going to mark out equilibrium actually of this range. See if we get equilibrium, which is pretty much right at
middle of the 5-minute gap.
Yeah, right at the middle of that 5-minute gap.
It's actually pretty much aligned with the current daily equilibrium. There's a 6-point gap difference.
So YM did trade to that 50-minute now. Didn't take out that 5-minute swing low inside the 50-minute though.
So if it were to inverse it, we'd know where we stand.
Yeah, if YM inverses that 5-minute gap, that would be good. Well, as of now, it's already weaker than NQ is.
Well,
the
5 minute
recently.
The 5-minute structure does look good on YM. Yeah. And I don't usually say that about YM. I've got this kind of like preconceived ranking of YM, and it's the bottom of the pool. But
like if YM gets this 5-minute inversion and the 5-minute change in state, that is more bearish than NQ, because NQ is not below the order block yet. So yeah, I would like to see YM flip. Also, the 10 o'clock at 10 o'clock when we opened, we didn't trade lower into really anything
except for a 1-minute triple BPR.
Yeah,
Quad BPR. If it was bullish, it would get obviously an aggressive move here. I would you would then be assuming the 950 low as this actual low we're gonna put in, and then expect obviously the run to the consolidation from 9, that 9 a.m. candle that we kind of just hesitated within the entire morning.
Okay, so there's that 15-minute imbalance traded to. We'll see how YM reacts out of its 15-minute as well.
Now, if you kind of were catching what I was saying, I was like, you could be longing to the 5-minute gap, to the 15-minute gap, whatever, but be at break even now, and you'd be in off of that big up close candle at 958. But it is a lower quality, as having that bullish bias currently makes less sense. You've invalidated everything that would be bullish.
Okay, so YM, well, it didn't quite trade to it actually. Just fell short of that 4-hour change in state.
If NQ is why I might be shorting right now, because there's this nice 5-minute order block. I feel like I'm owed to the chat to pull it up so they can see what I'm looking at if they don't look at YM. So like, let's say YM was exclusive. I see shorts. London's low, relative lows, lower. The imbalance. Yeah, just about that, probably.
Yes, I mean, ideally what I want to see is YM trade to that 5-minute change in state and then inverse the 5-minute gap and then NQ deliver off this 15-minute with probably just like a 3-minute change in state or something.
NQ's going to still have a better RR, even though YM is running now and catching up. And it has the better reversal structure. NQ will have a better R if it gets to set up here. Fell short of that 5-minute. But keep in mind, still in that 15-minute. So we're looking for 1 to 3 minute internal structure. Getting the 1 minute kind of reaction right now. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, never mind. So we're trying to come to the conclusion of, or trying to come to the decision of which high we think is the 10 a.m. high. The 10 a.m. 4-hour candle high. And that's what we want to frame our continuation shorts off of. The reason they're continuation is because 6 a.m. reversed. We want to see continuation to the 4-hour fair value gap, which would be a higher time frame, just retracement. So not really a continuation, but it's a continuation of the retracement move.
Oh, ES looks gross on the pull up ES on the 3-minute.
Hold on, looking at how beautiful YM was. Look at, I called it out. Oh wait. Wow.
You got like a quadruple decker Oreo
Yeah,
on ES.
So this is the chart I called it on YM, guys. The that close on the 5-minute right there. So your legitimate fill price would be there. Stop loss, high. Targeting below the relative lows there and to the sell side. But then again, we're trading NQ because expecting it to just follow here. Same scenario. Oh, that's sorry. That's a 3-minute. That's why the level is different. There. Yeah. Would partially like NQ to get into that 5-minute here. Still in the 15-minute, right? But you know, being in that 5-minute would kind of trade to that equilibrium of the daily range so far.
Yeah, so YM's got that 5-minute inversion in 30 seconds here.
Yeah, so YM keeps selling off, NQ's getting the retracement, NQ then flips, follows. NQ to make a new 10 a.m. high would be a better high, in my opinion. YM is really getting that move to London's low, though.
Yeah.
Maybe there's sometimes when you should just trade YM. You know, it's definitely a thing, but I've not traded it enough to make it my first one today. I liked it though. I'll call it out and I'll explain why it looks
I think
good. But
a good way to get into YM is to buy a fresh eval and only trade it on YM.
yeah,
But don't like only look at YM, but like if you're looking at NQES YM and you're like YM looks the best, hop over to that eval and just try it out.
just buy a different firm for that.
Yeah, just have this completely separate.
Like
thing.
Alpha Futures, which I've got a code for now, guys. If you want to use it, no social proof. Just give everybody a code.
Yeah, we have 20 followers. We deserve a code.
22. Get it right, brother.
So we have SMT with this 50-minute gap with ES. ES is failed to trade into it.
Feel to trade into anything, anywhere, anytime. Dude, NQ, come
We
on.
didn't trade to that 5-minute,
It's pretty close.
but we are holding the lower 5-minute.
What, the bullish one?
No,
The bearish one.
the lower 5-minute we got here.
Don't make me do it. I don't want short yet. Oh no, it's making me do it. Oh no. It's fine though. There's that, you know, there's logic behind it. Like it's the 15-minute. You're playing more the 15-minute. You're not trying to be so precise with that 5-minute.
Well, yeah, 15-minute, and you have the hourly the 4-hour order block that you traded into.
Yeah.
This 15-minute candle closes in 3 minutes, and we're gonna have that 15-minute order block, which I would wait for the close of that 15 minutes just to get that confirmation, and then I'd hop
You're just
in.
taking this 1-minute inverse. If it gets it, that's a very safe entry.
So
This 1-minute inverse is
we got
safe.
the 3-minute change in state there.
Yeah, the 1-minute inverse is safer. That's what I'm waiting for. If it gets that, then I'm pretty much saying it's guaranteed to go lower. So, and if it doesn't, then it's
So we just
Wild
tapped
card.
into that 3-minute change in state. I do want to see us instant reaction, get an instant reaction, and inverse that 1-minute lower,
yeah.
which would also be paired with the 15-minute inbound or 15-minute order block. I would hope.
I actually want it to go higher. Into that 5-minute. Which kind of is actually. Yeah, I do want it to get into that 5-minute. Look at this random girl. Clue Claudia for 10% off Alpha Futures. How long have you been trading for? I'm a beginner futures trader.
You trade the ICT too.
Yeah, I wonder why you get views, Mrs. I started 2 months ago. Oh, this is literally, isn't this literally Tanya's thing?
It's close, yeah.
She's just trying to. She's complaining about. She was $36 away from passing her account. She's complaining about it. I remember how many cents does I weigh? Like 8.
Yeah.
It was 8. I was 8 cents away from passing an account.
And then
It was 30 cents. It was 30 cents.
And then you ended up getting like
$20 away.
Yeah, just slowly.
I literally, I don't know how you can possibly do that. How can you not make 30 cents on a trade? Well, actually, I know how. So I took it. I was 30 cents away. I remember getting in a long or something because it was going up. That was my trade I longed. So it's like, okay, I'll do 1 micro and ride it for like $1. Wrote it for $1, took it off, and I was still down because I was actually down more because of the fees, the buy and the sell side fees, and I was like, ah, shit. So was it 14 cents? I don't even know. Some amount of cents. Ended up getting it $20 away, just trading a micro, and then it hit or something. I think it was like $12 away actually. Tell you what, that was really stressful though. It actually took me. No, it was. Didn't I get it like $60 away?
I think so. I think it was over 50.
Fuck, it was like $50 away or something. No, I don't remember the exact figure, but I actually waited over the weekend till Monday to do it, and did it Sunday night actually. No, it was like $12. But
Okay, so we didn't get that 15-minute order block. Close.
That's fine for me. You should do what that girl does and just pose with big tits on the thumbnail.
That'd probably work. Eh?
Well, she's done 4 live streams, and I mean, she posts shorts though. That's probably why she's doing better.
Yeah. Honestly, a good displacement leg, like not a little bit of a displacement leg higher would be good because then it would offer a potential inversion and then also a better order block.
Ooh, ooh, let me get a trade. Thought they were supposed to get this freaking fireplace fixed. Remember that one guy came in?
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's gonna fix it.
I don't know. Should get it fixed before winter because my hands are cold.
Imagine trading the fireplace in the background. You got, everything like that. Hold on, I should just try to YM because my DP would be hitting. I did the same thing yesterday where I was calling out the trade and didn't take it. Oh, welcome to the collective live stream. Unless that's you on your thing, but
I do have it up on a separate tab.
I was just assuming it was another person.
Never know.
Well, I'm gonna assume it's still another person because our live streams are really good.
I really like how YM flip bearish off the high.
Yeah.
So I'm basically just waiting for NQ to get that retracement and confirmation to get
This wasn't
aligned with the expansion.
If somebody's watching, this was not a trade I was taking. This is if we ran through and inverse this. I did want to see the 5-minute trade and see it here. But
Okay.
YM, however, called it up.
I'm just gonna look at YM and see kind of where we could target.
Now.
Well, there's the discount of yesterday's wick, because yesterday's wick on YM was quite large. Well, there's a lower 4-hour gap. I'd actually probably look for that on YM. That'd be my draw on liquidity.
Shoot for the stars. 40, what is that, 6? 46.21? There you go. Oh, there's that 5-minute.
Okay, sweet. Equilibrium on YM is also right above that 4 hour. A little bit higher, but it's there.
We have almost gotten to the current day equilibrium. I'm going to the 5 minute up here, boys. Just sitting on it. Fit more price in here. Got YM and NQ pulled up.
So we SMT'd that high with ES.
That's a quick reaction, brother. I'm fine putting the stop loss at that high. Of course, where am I entering the? All right. Let's see. Yeah, it'd be fun putting my stop loss at the swing high if it were to stay intact here. And get the 3 minute close probably. See what time is it right now. 10:20.
I'd probably take this 3-minute change in sight.
Yeah.
I like that.
This is I'm feeling this one.
Off that 4 hour change in state, 5-minute gap. Expecting to move lower.
See what I'm gonna need to do here. Size. Ooh. Yikes. Entering on that 1 minute inverse kind of ruins the risk here. Another 3 minutes for your inverse though. And then where do you run it into that 4 hour, right? Like that's pretty hard. I do like that manipulation though. That's a good one. What we were calling out was trade to that 5 minute and then 1 or 3 minute internal because it's also a 15-minute gap, right?
It's also the opening of a new 50-minute candle. Trade up higher, take the previous candle high, SMT, and then super strong reaction. I do want to see a follow through immediately though.
Yeah, but what do you target? Like this is pretty crappy actually.
Just target the 4 hour.
That's pretty crappy. I don't want to take it. It's like it'll be a 1-to-1.
It's if you take the 1 minute version, yeah.
That's the same thing as the 3 minute change in state, probably.
Yeah, potentially.
Unless you get filled on the exact price of it, where then you get a 1 to 1.7. But I want that inverse, right? That's a kind of a class of a clarification. Let's go to the bathroom. I don't know if it's gonna frickin' have a setup in that time. Well, what time frame did I go to? We have I wonder if we're bullish, dude. Here, it's just a thought. It's just thought because to trade lower to that 4 hour doesn't do much.
I don't really want to. Honestly, I don't really want a long. Just with the structure. We displace lower, now we're having a slow grind higher. Not what I'd want to see for a retracement.
Universal?
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're not wrong. it was a what if, not a bullish. Because I mean, we haven't even been forming good structure for the shorts here. If we got up, so this is this equilibrium. I should get rid of that's so zoomed in there. Oh, the TP would have hit on YM, which was this side right there. I would have done that. It's a 2 hour. Yeah. If we go back higher on NQ, this equilibrium or this 50% is the current daily range. So that high at 917, and then Asia's low, Asia session low. Yeah, if we got up, just trading a little bit higher, better manipulation leg. We got equal lows here now, relative equal lows here. Are those actually equal? No, it took it by like a tick. Yeah, one tick. So, relatively equal lows. That's what I would say. Now we're into this 5 minute. I'm pretty much gonna say as long as we stay within the equilibrium.
If we just stay within this 5 minute gap,
Within the constant encroachment.
I think shorts are still valid. Well, because you break the 5 minute down into like you go down to the 3 minute, and the 2 minute, and the 1 minute.
Yeah.
You have that small 1 minute gap in the upper portion, which is like the actual imbalance.
Yeah, this is a better trade. So if this is not, let's say this is the high right here, 1025, kind of like that for a high. We get the 5 minute change in state. That'd be the trade, I think. So this down move on YM didn't form any S&T because we'd already taken one in low. Just on an internal basis, like, you know, like this low. That's so weird. Like this low was taken on YM. But I don't really like that. I'll pull up ES, which is pretty much at Asia low, I think. Oops. That's what I said. Yeah, so ES is pretty much at Asia low here. Oh, shit. Is that me?
No, it's mine.
Okay. I guess mine's in the kitchen. Yeah. Dude, I don't think it's you in the live stream.
No.
Could you close it or something? Because
Yeah, as long as you got it up for the chat, because
well, you don't have it up either.
I was just flipping back and forth.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. Well, I'm going into here when I'm looking at this chart, and I'm on here if I'm looking here, but I'm sitting on this one. Just if you closed it, because I know I think it was somebody. I'm assuming it was somebody.
Yeah, I closed it.
Yeah. I'm so used to having two in there though, so I was like, it's probably just you, because sometimes it like overlaps and like is running in the background and counts as a view. Yeah, ES is really close to Asia low. Look, it dropped real close.
Yeah, I really like that 5 minute for a change in state.
I want this
looks
candle
clean.
though. If you got it this candle, that'd be good. Or the 1 minute change in state with inversion. Bro's blowing up. Hold on, there should be something here with better risk. So ES weaker than NQ. There's a bit of an SMT. This is kind of a weird one. That 5-minute change in state would clear things up. That's what I'd say. We're gonna get potentially this 2-minute inversion. That's what I want. See. No, we did not. Yeah, just want displacement lower. Validating. Shorts for me. If not, then there's no trade. It just consolidates. Doesn't move. Like the percentage of times when you get over 100-point move off of opening in the first 30 minutes, you 150. Let's go 150-point move. How often you continue quick, or you just consolidate and slowly grind higher reversal? I've seen that. I wouldn't be hopping into longs with any aggression. Be a pretty passive player. I gotta figure out this. It's so cold in here. It feels cold. It's not actually that cold in here. Well, it is actually cold, but cold temperature, and it's colder because it's cold outside. We should just boot up games in the background so our PCs heat up.
Yeah.
Or do something.
Have a bunch of shit running in the back.
Do something to heat it up.
Yeah.
I would do that with the school laptops to try and fuck with them. I opened so many tabs of games and started playing them, and it would overheat and crash. Okay, boys, we're getting some movement. We want a little bit of aggression that would, kind of confirm some down movement here. I mean, we're getting something. There's that 1-minute change in state and inversion. I'm waiting for that 5-minute, I think. It's just cleaner. I mean, if I were to bet on it holding, though, I would. The problem is with like the big imbalances is I just don't like how slow you leave them, and that feels like it happens quite a bit.
Yeah, you got a lot of area to rebalance to.
Okay, I'm looking for my shorts. Oh, the 2-minute got inversed. Oh, got it. That was the last minute, though. That was that down move. Yeah. So that 5-minute change in state, ooh, kind of messes with the risk, hey?
I'd be waiting for the 5-minute.
Yeah, it's actually over a 2R. That's really good. 5 minutes still really good. It's a 2.5 R. It happens in another minute here. Minute 15. Okay, 1 minute. That'd be really nice. That would be really nice. Mark it out here. So I will be getting in with the 5-minute change in state here. My only problem is ES is at London's low, or Asia's low. It's about to take it. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't like necessarily expect us to reverse from there because we've done like so from the open we've traded higher aggressively, and then we've now engulfed that entire move. Now we're back at the opening price. I'd want the move we had overnight and then this morning to be the wick.
We didn't get that 5 minute change today.
No.
And then it's going to dump the next candle. How about that? What do you think about that? It's funny. Tells me I need another 5 minutes here. I'm watching ES as it goes into the lows and queue for this change in state. Assumed nothing would happen. Well, maybe do a little education point. So usually all-time highs. So weird. I don't have music playing. Yeah, let's go over it anyway. Usually all-time highs, you're looking for longs. Why I'm not looking for longs? This big range. Can't look for longs until we invalidate it. And it doesn't make sense to invalidate it.
And for a reversal, you want to see speed.
And the reversal structure.
Clearly, this is not speed.
Yes. So that's a takeaway. Usually at all-time highs, if you were bullish and you were to run, it would be this leg lower off of open. Might do something along the lines of that. Take the internal high, kind of consolidate here, drop lower into there, and then run it out one more time. That's like a general. This is how all-time highs generally prints. They might even leave like relative equal highs there. Yeah, that looks good. That's what I would expect from all-time highs. Something like this. Well, I didn't get that, so now kind of looking for the shorts here. I'd like it to take the internal high. I would. That's a now we'd need to see almost. We've kind of just chopped too long. Dude, this guy went to break down TJR's empire, and he starts in 1950 with his grandparents. No way.
That's funny.
Oh, his family owned a private school.
Yeah.
A $50,000 a year tuition per student.
Yeah. It wasn't. Yeah, it would have been like an elementary thing, eh, or high school.
Yeah, it was. What'd you say?
I said it would have been what, like an
Oh
elementary or
yeah,
high
yeah,
school.
yeah. He's Mormon, dude. Like, how do they have this? Look at it, like.
It's probably fucking AI. Look what he's wearing. He's wearing like. I don't think he'd wear that to the beach.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, this is a 42-minute video on TJR.
One minute here until we get this 50-minute order block, and the 5-minute change in state. So we didn't get the 50-minute order block. And we didn't get the 5-minute change in state either.
You think this is a paid video?
I don't know.
It'd be a great,
This
be a great paid video.
frick. I like this 5-minute change in state still, but it's just kind of
What do you think about them highs, brother?
yeah. I don't like the highs. That's the only thing.
What do you think about waiting 4 minutes?
But like, if I'm looking at the 4-hour and the hourly, like it makes sense for that to be the
ES took
Makes sense for that
just
to
took
die.
the sell side. Is SMT now with Asia low and the internal low? Like I was literally, we were so close to the ultimate highs, or not the ultimate highs, the internal highs, and I was like, I would really really like for that to get taken.
I mean, the thing is, like, I'm not really expecting ES to reverse from this 4-hour immediately. Like, I'd want NQ to trade into.
You know what happens though. You want to take the 5-minute change in state, but there was the internal change in state. There was the 5-minute engulfment candle, and that was the trade. Because now this 5-minute,
I didn't like that because it didn't take the high.
Now this 5-minute change in state won't close until you're at the sell side.
Yeah.
And what's that do for your risk? Completely obliterates your risk. Completely obliterates it. Like, what do you do now? You can't trade that now. Like, what happened to I wanted to take the 5-minute change in state? I know I don't want to take it anymore. Where's that 5-minute change in state? Well, it's going to be the 15-minute change in state at the low. Still got 3 minutes. And now to close anywhere above these internal lows. I mean, you have this 1-minute inversion now. Like, I don't even want to consider that 5-minute change in state anymore. I mean, I totally expect NQ to run here lower. It's the risk though. The risk is pretty bad. Like, the thing is, when you take a 2R, it feels like there's a real upside to it. When you take a 1.5R, it feels like I mean, if you have a lot of confidence in it, it's a different story. But if you take a 1.5R, it's like, it's not so good. I'm just trying to think where I'd put my stop loss here. Well, you know what? It's actually going to keep getting better depending on where we close here. But if we inverse those gap to the upside, though.
Yeah. I mean, like, we do technically, have SMT at the lows, but the higher time frame, am I expecting us to reverse right now? I mean, we could. We
See?
could.
Like, and that's the reasoning behind I don't want to take a 1.5R. Like, when it was like a 2R trade, I was like, yeah, okay. But now, even seeing this, just the wick lower, I want it to be in before the SMT was put in, right? Being in after the SMT is put in, it raises concerns for me because traditionally I'm looking at this as either a consolidation or a reversal. The reason being for the consolidation, SMT here, SMT at those lows. Most of the time, you're getting consolidation when you have SMTs at both ends of the range. So we inverse that lower imbalance here, right? When we look at the 5-minute, you got 48 seconds until we get this change in state. But now inversing that lower 1-minute imbalance, I'm watching the 2-minute. Here's the 2-minute. Be careful, I don't want to miss anything if there's a good trade here, but that SMT is kind of turning me off. I'd be fine not taking this. YM's kind of in this little consolidation. So we're gonna look at NQ right now. We're in this 2-minute gap. That's pretty important to me. I'm gonna mark it out. I don't think Graydon's gonna take the trade. He's not even in the room, so I would assume he's not taking that trade. I mean, these, like, if I mark something out, these relative equal highs do definitely put me on the other side of it. That's what I don't like about it. But context is more bearish, right? Yeah, this kind of just ES is throwing me off here. If I'm looking at the trade, though, I would be looking right now. Yeah, I'm not going to take the trade here. This is, to me, this is low quality. But just to, I don't want to do the same thing as yesterday where I'm like, oh, I don't like this trade as much, and it plays out. I just don't think this is going to play out. I don't like that. This does go against my rules, shorting against that SMT there. So it feels like I'm compromising against my rules to try and take the trade. So I don't think I can take that. Different story if there's better structure, but it does seem pretty bad. We look at like the 15-minute though. We get a 15-minute close and say there's like something off of that would. I'd almost want this low to be taken before taking any trades, and I'd run it into and through the. If you're shorting, you're shorting now. By the way, if you were gonna hop in shorts, you'd be short now. Okay, we just inversed the 1 minute that traded into the 2-minute, so you would be short on that close. If you were looking to short, you would not get your low price. If it was going lower, you wouldn't get that fail price. I said I'm not taking it, but it depends on how you view the market, where we're gonna go. I was gonna wait for the 15-minute. I was gonna.
Yeah, you get the 15-minute close, and then if you get a.
Yeah, well, you can take it. I'm just gonna do a replay yesterday though and miss the trade again, just because I don't have yesterday. I actually had more confidence in it, but just this SMT with Asia low in that 4-hour there.
Yeah, well, because that's kind of where I wanted to see us reverse for higher time frame. So it's like we definitely could reverse. But I do think that if we're going to reverse NQs, I would prefer if NQ trades the 4-hour as well, and then we just form SMT internally inside the 4-hour before getting the move higher.
I'm thinking though, if it's going to run to the 4-hour, it's off of this setup. It's just not my butter and bread. Bread and butter.
Yeah, I mean, another 7 minutes until this closes. This is probably just going to run.
Well, that's why I said don't wait for the 15-minute if you're shorting.
Yeah, no.
Don't do what I did yesterday. I'm just... I don't want... I can't take it and have confidence in my stop loss. So I can't take it. Oh, apparently people are shorting the high. Are you thinking about hopping in your short?
I like the idea.
I told you. I said this is the short. If
no, I know.
Bearish.
No, I know. But I just. Yeah, it would have been better to be in prior to ES, and then you could just be at break even.
That's why I didn't.
If we would have taken the internal high at 10:40, 10:39, like right when we fell short of it,
Yeah.
if we would have taken the internal high there and then got the 5 minute change in set, I would have been in there for sure.
I clearly told the live stream that I was not taking the trade. I was like, I can't take this trade. It's not my trade. Sorry, boys, not my trade. However, if I was bearish higher time frame and expected this 4 hour to get inverse, different story, because I could just use ES as like the weaker weaker asset, looking for it to trade lower through that 4 hour. Right, if ES is to trade lower through the 4 hour, then I could be looking for shorts on NQ into it. Right. There was definitely an impulse that was like, take the trade, take the trade, take the trade. It kind of happens in setups, even if they're lower quality. You have to be able to in the moment recognize. And even if it's a lower quality setup, doesn't like if it wins, doesn't mean you should have taken it. Like if I flip a coin, it's gonna be heads half the time. If I long or short, I'm gonna be right half the time. Not really, but you know the theory. Let's see the YM. YM hasn't moved still since the TP. Actually, you would be very happy with that TP. You haven't had body close below it. So a highlight of the live stream was the YM short, I would say. Still a tentative though, because there might be something else. We're looking at ES. ES into that 4 hour. Yeah, just waiting here for NQ to get this 15-minute closure, and then we'll see if there's a potential continuation. The risk to reward on the short's tricky. Didn't take the internal high when I wanted it to either. Kind of left some stuff unfinished up there. I mean, potentially giving me reason to long back within the range. If it trades lower, and if this is my expected like reversal off of that 4 hour. Definitely see the potential though for the downside movement on NQ. Like further than just into the 4 hour, like definitely deep within it. Like taking Asia low, going to the 4 hour, going discounted of this range. If I'm gonna eliminate that because we've already utilized it. Wait, did we trade to it? Yeah, so we trade to that equilibrium. Trading to a discount. Oh, I should just mark it out. That's what I'll do, and then I'll keep that right there with that. So the reversal right at the midpoint of the current daily range, right? We know that that is the high to actually to the same price. $15-minute closes. That's kind of what I was waiting for to clear it up. That 15-minute close. Is that 15-minute? No. 40 seconds. So gonna look for positioning post 11 a.m. If the reversal out of that 15 and 5-minute was better, like I called out, and not so much of a consolidation, yes, I would have been in on that. But my my model, I guess, kind of steers me away from trading during consolidation, and that's kind of what that was, right? Like I want, when I'm trading, I want internal sweep, I want good displacement, I don't want opposing structure, which is SMT. I want confidence in the trade and a good stop loss and good anticipated RR, which I could have running it into the 4 hour. I've got confidence about this equilibrium here.
Okay, there's the internal low. I mean, 11 o'clock's probably just going to expand. I don't really see a reason to retrace anywhere. Unless it's like just above an internal high.
So still technically S&T with Asia low and the 4 hour.
I mean, I still believe that NQ is going to trade to the current low of day. I think it just makes sense. We've done that much. We've traded away from the opening price by 170 points, and then we've now returned to it. Now we're 2 points away. So yeah, if the 11 o'clock candle is going to continue lower, it would be off of the... We have the 50-minute order block. It's a somewhat deep retracement.
Yeah, just the trade felt less than A plus in my opinion. Hence why I did not take it on the entry. I didn't even really recommend taking it. So actually would be at, I'd probably be at break even on the trade, honestly. Just taking that internal low. I mean, if it runs, it's going to be the same thing as yesterday, where I guess I missed the trade, but my confidence definitely was not high on this one.
If it would have just been a little bit cleaner up in there, definitely.
Like, there's times when I can take this trade, and there's times where I won't take this trade. Today's one of the times I'm not going to take this trade due to the structure. But like any other time, I think when it's a real good quality trading day and there's better reversal structure, this is the trade. I said the exact same thing yesterday, but it was a better trade yesterday. I don't think this is going to get stopped out. I just couldn't get to my entry here. Dude, I'm saying the exact same things I said yesterday. And I missed the trade.
Well, it's just unfortunate that this 11 o'clock candle, right? Like, there's no clear place for a manipulation higher. It's just probably just going to expand.
Same thing as yesterday.
Yeah.
No, like literally said the same things too. And I'm catching myself now knowing that. But still, I do actually lower the quality of this trade because we didn't take those internal highs. And then because there was the S&T opposing. So it is a better trade not to take than yesterday's. Yesterday's was questionable. Yesterday's was a little bit of a mistake on my half. Now, just because this plays out, like I said earlier, I don't wish I took it. Yesterday's, I'm like, I wish I took that. I mean, it's gonna be pretty gonna be pretty annoying if it runs to this equilibrium here, but not getting in. I just couldn't. Not the model. Asia's low has just been taken. So low of day met right there. Still S&T with that 4 hour balance. I would assume we go to it now. I mean, my problem is we've not made it really a point to display good price action. And then obviously you see this holds that 2 minute. Feels like it's just going to work lower here. Being the continuation. Been really neat if we could have taken those internal highs. So I actually would have been in on the probably that 1045 candle.
Yeah. Or if we just didn't have that that up candle that failed to take the highs, and it just displaced one more. Like if that candle was just down and got the 5-minute change and stayed right off the internal SMT,
Yeah.
and not put it in relative equal highs.
Because now I'm watching for a reversal, just because ES is in that 4-hour gap. But and like to me, these look like highs that are gonna be left for later. I am kind of watching them. I don't know. The main reasoning was behind not taking the trade was I couldn't sit there and be like, this is my A plus trade, and if I can't fully,
The idea was good. It was just the internal structure was not ideal.
yeah, if I can't,
And DS already hit the draw.
if I can't in full confidence say this is my A plus trade, I can take this loss and be fully confident about taking it and be happy taking the loss, then I don't really want to take the trade. Like if I've got, and I'm watching this and I'm seeing, okay, SMT there, and if it reverses, I would actually prefer the long. Then why would I be looking for shorts? Like if this is our manipulation, like we've got opportunity to the upside. But and just the quality of the short, the delivery of the short, I'm just degrading it right now. Again, it would be a break even trade for me too if it comes up to this level. So say there's bullish structure and it looks like there's a long, right? I wouldn't even be. I'd be out at break even on the short. So we take Asia's low, and we are pretty aggressive off of that on the long side. So what am I kind of expecting? Well, these internal highs are one. Potential reversal. Hey, I kind of like this, man.
I'm not gonna be taking a long just because looking at the daily candle doesn't really support the move higher, in my opinion, because it trades so far away from the opening price, and then we just return back to it. I'm not really expecting us to get a revert that entire move again.
So I would have been taking out a break even right there. For the short. So it's not like it really would have mattered anyway. I'm just looking at this long structure now. You just have to admit that if it were to dump to that 4-hour, it would have done it, right? Right?
I mean, we did trade into a 4-hour, small 4-hour gap.
But if it were to go to the lower 4, like the 4-hour, it would have done it already. That's what I said.
Well, I'd say as long as it is respecting the 15-minute order block, because that's kind of like if we're expecting that to be the high of the 4-hour candle, that order block should support if we're going to trade lower. As soon as that gets disrespected, then yeah.
I'm kind of looking for a drop into that inversion and then rally. Okay, I'm in longs. Off of the 1 minute inversion.
Okay. Did just trade to the 50-minute order block, by the way.
Shit, it did kind of leave equal lows here. I didn't notice that. The actual swing low that was before Asia's low didn't get taken. Top ticking. There's that inversion I was saying I wanted to see tapped. But that was before we had that up candle. So I'll shrink down to this inversion. You know, we get the up move, kind of close above these two down close candles, get this propulsion block. That would be the honestly a better entry. So perform that order block off of the inversion. Now trading down into that inversion, right? Just got into it. Then we have this nice swing low. I'm holding to the a bit of it to the all-time highs. So I'd be trailing once we got displacement up through there, up above this there.
Okay, Wime's reached its its 4 hour gap. That's in a discount.
So I'll mark out this internal SMT. See NQ more bullish than YM on this. Same with ES actually. ES is slightly more bullish than YM. It does have that bullish side of the SMT. Nasdaq hasn't really moved anywhere. Just kind of hesitating. It wicked up into that order block and then kind of just slight reaction off of it. Now it's between two. The inverse fair value gap and the order block, I guess you could say. Yeah, closing the trade small loss right there just because it hesitated way more than I wanted to see. And I'll look for the potential, like I said, the order block up here. So I'm down $70. Right, that's nothing. Just mitigating the loss if it's because it hasn't ran like I wanted it to. We've actually had like 6 candles within the same price, so it's one of the signs of a worse market condition, and I don't really want to participate in that. I'll wait for this closure through here and take this second leg, the second expansion leg. So that'd be like this leg of price. That's the more confirmation entry anyway. I think that was a good call there too. I just didn't like how we were. I guess we reacted off that 50-minute order block. Didn't rebalance like I wanted to, and then again this a little internal consolidation throws me off. Also feel like we could drop down to the 4-hour one more time. We left these relative equal lows, so.
Well, yeah, and like if this hourly candle is going to continue to expand lower, you'd want it to the high of it to be put in at that 50-minute order block. The only thing is there's no like internal SMT that really stands out to me.
I don't know. There's really
To
nothing
frame the
either. There's really nothing for either way. It's kind of just chopping in both directions. but I did close it, so let's wait for the re-entry. I guess if it happens, it happens. I'll get it in, but I don't like when things don't move relatively quick in my favor. I've noticed that it's a pattern of a worse trade.
And I don't think I'm going to take anything just because for lower, ES and YM have reached the two main areas that I'd look to see get traded to.
The objective, yeah.
And I don't really expect NQ to reverse the entire daily range. If anything, I'd say it's going to get maybe just a slow grind lower into the 4 hour. But yeah, I'm not going to. I personally won't be taking longs just because we opened higher initially into the day and then now we've traded all the way back to the opening price.
Yeah,
The only thing for longs would be maybe to that upper hourly, but it's not a strong enough draw on liquidity for me at the moment. So
well, then we should end the live stream because both directions draw liquidity is pretty bad. So we might end up just being in consolidation. And I don't even think I'm going to trade again. That one little trade, and that's probably about it. I don't expect anything else really. So we'll end it, I guess. 11:30. That's hasn't really had anything in our time window. We've sat through, I guess, the chop of it. So with this scenario, that's where I would be looking for trading, and I'd have more confidence in it right there. So all right, we'll catch you guys